Hello, Leo. This is the Azure Sage Tarot, and today's reading is about you. So I'm just going to shuffle the cards, and we'll see what we're going to get. And yeah, this is going to be your message. So let's jump right into it. I'm going to use the Claw card deck first. I hope you're doing well, Leo. And we'll see what comes up for you. So, spirits, angels, universe. Let's see what we've got for my Leo. Whoa. So, first up, we've got the Dark. So, what do we have for Leo Spirit? We also have the Jump. I really love this deck. Such unique designs for the cards. Then we have the Cloud. One more card, please, Spirits. Woo! Finally, we have the Mist. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Loop. I don't know, but up till now, there are a lot of readings I made for this series on the Zodiac. It's relevant. Okay. Okay. Sorry, sorry, Leo. I'm just being told so many messages right now by spirits. So what I wanted to say first is that the Loop card has been coming up a lot in readings I've been making about the zodiac signs. My channel was supposed to be only a pick a card reading video type of channel, and they told me, no, you need to do a series for each zodiac signs. So that's what I'm doing right now. And yeah, the Loop has come up quite a bit. I wouldn't know in how many readings, but yeah, so what it tells me is that probably we're all closing cycles right now with the energies in the collective, or at least the collective that those videos are going to reach at that point in time. Don't forget, this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. And this is also a timeless reading, so whenever it finds you, it's meant for you. So what spirits were telling me right off the bat was your other cards at the bottom of the deck that were significant. I don't know how yet, but you've got the Big, which is all about growth, financial wealth and status and maturity. Then we had also the Shield that speaks more about being protective of your energy, being how can I say that in another manner? Well, defensive about a subject. It could be that. It could be like an unreceptiveness to some things too, or having built walls. Then we have the Song, and they tell me to stop after the Song. So I don't know why those cards are going to be significant, but we'll see. Oh, and the Song card is about more harmony and like expressing yourself in an inspiring way, in a beautiful way, or being careful about how you say things or how you express yourself. It could be, it's a really creative card, so maybe you've got some kind of creative project or creative ideas, inspiration coming in. that could be linked with your personal growth, or even bring some financial growth or wealth. Um, and maybe what the shield is telling me, being between those two cards, is that you shouldn't be closed off to this idea. Maybe the idea of starting a project or starting something has been on your mind a little bit, and or maybe not. It doesn't have to be a project. It doesn't have to be anything really, like, it doesn't have to be creative. It could be just something for your personal health too. So it could be like you've been planning to work out, for example, and maybe they're telling you that you should be more open to the idea. I don't know what it's about. To be honest, I cannot quite get why. They just told me those cards are significant. Keep them out. So that was a lively little tangent. Sorry for that. So your general energy is the loop, and how, well, like I've been telling earlier, the loop speaks about, oh, I heard challenge. So maybe you've been stuck in a challenging cycle, or things are like stuck in a rut, things being boring, because the loop can talk about situation always being the same and ending up the same. So maybe you've been trying to get out of that boring cycle, or that boredom that you've been in. Yeah, yeah, now it kicks in. I think there's kind of this disappointment in the energy. And then at the middle of your reading, we have the jump, which talks about, well, it's more of an exciting card actually, but it makes me think of the Fool, in the sense of jumping into something, taking a leap, like just going for it, but in a more is it scarce? Mm, is it the right word? But like in a less concise way. You know how the Fool is more like, oh, take a leap of faith and it's going to be rewarding. The universe is going to have your back and all. And the Jump is more like, oh, I'm going to do this, and oh, and then that. You see with the zigzag going on with the tail. It's like doing side quests. You know, if you play video games, or um, maybe you've got like, if you're in the case where you've got a project, instead of like going right away to your big project, maybe trying some things or having some side hustle in the meantime. So it's kind of a quick moving energy, but it's not stable. It goes from one way to another. And then we have the Cloud too, that I want to talk about, because the Cloud speaks about having a decision to make, but the outcome not being clear. It kind of reminds me of the Two of Swords in the traditional tarot, um, because it's also linked to the decision. There's also kind of the synergy to have, maybe you have the tendency of being a little bit in your head about something, like not in a mental way, but more in an imaginative way, like a dreamy way, like you daydream about something, and so you end up the head in the clouds. And sometimes the Cloud talks about trying to ground yourself before making the decision, because it enhances the fact, or it kind of tells me that um yeah, you're more in your dreaming or thinking energy about the decision you need to make. So sometimes you need to go back to the reality, not in a, like, not in a completely distorted way. You know, it's just you may be just a little bit above the ground right now, and maybe you should just, you know, just try to feel the ground before making a decision, if that makes sense. Um, And I also see with dark that maybe you haven't talked to people about what you've been experiencing in your mental body, or maybe you haven't talked about a lot of people about your ideas or what you were planning to do next, or maybe you don't even know yourself what you want to do next, and you don't ask for help. The dark card talks about being more self-centered in not a selfish way, more being self-centered in, I don't like saying self-centered, but like you don't give your energy away. You conserve it for yourself because you need it, and you know you kind of have the feeling of I need to be patient, and it's kind of a really feminine energy actually. It's like keep it to yourself. Don't show it. Like I just saw Elsa from the like Frozen movie, when she needs to hide her powers, um, with her gloves, and it's kind of that energy I'm picking up with the dark here. It's not a bad energy. It doesn't mean that you necessarily have bad feelings or that you have dark ideas, if you know what I'm talking about. If you are in a really bad space, I encourage you to go and seek help from anyone, but maybe a professional. If not, it could just, like I said, be the case that you, um, right now or for the next few weeks, are going to be more keeping to yourself, um, whether it may be from your time, energy, or thoughts. And then we have the mists that kind of enhance the fact that there is something unclear. You know how I was talking about having a decision to make but not seeing how it's going to end up, or not seeing the finish line, like in the sense that you don't see the outcome yet. The myth talks about a confusion, and oftentimes emotional confusion, a little bit like the Seven of Cups here. And I'm just wondering what this is all about, because there's, so you see, there's really this energy of being stuck, feeling stuck on something. It doesn't feel like necessarily something that is going to end your world, sorry, to end your world, Leo. It feels more like, um you've got that plan, or you've got that idea, or you don't have any. Like there are two cases here: whether you have an idea or you don't have anything at all. At all. So maybe you have an idea, but you don't know how to make it work, or you don't know how to pursue that idea. It could be anything, it could be really anything. But I lean towards something that would involve you to maybe change your way or grow in some type of way. So it could be, I don't know, like the example I gave about trying to start training, for example, or working out. Um, that's something that helps you grow like your physical body, but maybe it's something that maybe the idea that you want to pursue helps you grow your mental or your spiritual body. um but yeah, maybe you have this idea and you don't know how to pursue it, or you don't have anything at all and you're like, what is the next step? And maybe that is giving you some kind of anxiety, and you keep it to yourself while being kind of stuck and bored at the same time. I heard bored of my circumstances, so maybe you're not actually bored of, like, some of you, not all of you, but maybe you're not bored of your life itself, but just bored of being stuck, you know? So I'm going to clarify by using the Final Fantasy VII tarot card collection from Crimson Sun, and we'll see what this is all about, hopefully. Like I said, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, sorry, and leave the rest behind. Of course, this is timeless, but I think it's valid for about the the next few weeks. Or if you're not comfortable because you feel like this is vague, feel it as you may, and maybe it could be a month or so. So for Leo, please, can I have some clarification about the loop? Can I have some clarification about the loop, please? That's okay. They told me not this one. So, and read as is. Okay. So, yeah. The strength card comes out on the sideways. So it always makes me think of a blockage, or kind of, when you do a Celtic cross, the first card is kind of the main energy, and then there's the second card that kind of, for example, if the magician were the main energy, there would be the second card coming atop of it, above of it, like this, crossing it, and this would be read as reversed. So when cards come out like this, and they tell me to read it, they being spirits and my intuition, um, I oftentimes think of it as a blockage. And here I think it maybe actually it's your card. It's the strength card. It's a Leo card. So it's not in the reverse, but maybe there is a lack of discipline or self-confidence in the pursuit of your idea, because you've got the magician upright, my Leo. So having the magician upright means that you have all the tools and you have the power to manifest what you want and to pursue what you want. You can achieve it. You can manifest the life you want. But you've got the strength card sideways as a blockage. So the strength card usually talks about ego. Um, it talks about your inner strength, discipline, and having the like having the power to like kind of kind of having a grip on your situation, if that makes sense. So maybe you've got the power within yourself and you've got like everything you need, but you don't feel like it, or you feel like you need to prepare more to have more of a stable foundation before going on, even though you've got all that power. Um, or maybe with the Ten of Wands being here in the reverse, maybe there's that's the exhaustion. The Ten of Wands in reverse is the exhaustion I was feeling. The feeling of needing to leave something behind because it's become too heavy with time. Um, and now is the time to just let it go. And you have the strength crossing it under the loop. So it's really interesting. It's really interesting, Leo, how there's this feeling of needing to get a load off your shoulders, but at the same time, there's a part of the energy that feels like there's something to be achieved, or there's something or project to be pursued. And those two energies are kind of blah, blah. Sorry, I can speak, but they're kind of fighting each other, contradicting each other. Because why putting down something to burden yourself with something else? And maybe that's the strength, that's the blockage. Maybe what you don't realize is that it's not leaving a burden behind to take another, but it's leaving a burden behind to take something you'll actually like pursuing. So, and making your life less um, boring in some type of way. And for those three cards coming to come under the loop, I think it just accentuate the um, boredom meaning of the loop card, the feeling stuck in a rut part of the loop card. And this is kind of your like general energy. So it makes me think of the shield we had earlier, that talks about kind of having like not being opened to some type of idea, being closed off because of walls or limiting beliefs. I think I think it's the shield here goes with the strength. It's like you're not open or receptive to some type of thing, idea, or goal or project because you don't feel like you have the power or the energy to pursue that right now. And it's okay, it's completely okay. But what spirits are saying is that maybe you do have, or if you've been waiting, that's for a few of you, maybe you've been waiting and waiting and waiting for the right time to start something. Maybe the spirits are kind of saying, well, as long as you don't take any actions, you won't be able to get out of this cycle because you've been doing all, like, you've been waiting to have the time to pursue your idea or to change something, but like, you've not changed anything actually. So the cycle is just repeating and repeating, and you're just being stuck in a rut. Because remember, if you keep doing the same thing, you're going to get the same result again and again and again. So maybe that's kind of the message, for some of you that spirits want you to know. What about the dog spirit? Okay, we want another shuffle like this. So I hope I'm not being too direct with you. Leo, don't worry. I understand your energy. I'm not telling anybody here that it's easy. I'm not judging. I'm really just like saying what I feel. So don't worry. I'm not trying to paternalize you or anything. So what about the dark for Leo, please, Spirit? What about the dog for Leo Spirit? Oop. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to show you. Well, actually, I think they don't want any more cards. Yeah, the Five of Swords coming out, and it kind of talks about, in some cases, self-sabotage. Also, it could be about inner conflict, and it clarifies the dark. So you're keeping to yourself the inner conflict. Well, the conflict is happening inside of you. Maybe you're not realizing some limiting beliefs that you have, or some ways that you yourself blocking your own manifestation. I was thinking about that. Leo, strength is your card, and it's the blockage to your manifestation. It's the blockage to being released from a burden. So what I feel is like you may be your worst enemy right now. So that comes with the message of, like earlier when I was speaking about waiting and waiting. um I feel like it's not your environment, or your, well, maybe there is a problem with your environment, but it's not going to sort itself out. It, like, you're going to be required to actually do something to change your environment or to change your situation, and take your power back into your own hands, take your life back into your own hands. And with the Five of Swords here under the dark, it's really clarifying, well, not clarifying, but just telling me how everything is coming from within you. Everything is within you. All the power, all the knowledge you need, all the tools you need, but also all the limiting beliefs, all the anxiety. Um, and you should, you know what? I feel like you need to take a break. I don't know from what, but some of you really need to take a break from something, and taking a breather, really, and maybe actually going out, somewhere really relaxing, maybe going to the spa, hiking, just reading a book with a cup of tea. It could be anything, but I think some of you really need to take a break, from all that mental inner trouble, just living your life in a relaxing manner. But yeah, um, I think I really understand that it's categoric for some of you. Like, you really don't want to talk about your problems to anyone. Maybe because you don't feel like it's a valid problem. Maybe because you feel like with everything that's going on around, that what you're living or experiencing isn't bad enough. Um, you, you shouldn't have to feel that way. I'm sorry if you really do feel that way, but I'm sending you a hug. Um, Really though, I don't have anything more to say. I think it was just for me to know a little bit about how the conflict is happening inside and not outside of yourself. But now let's see what we can get for the jump, because I'm quite intrigued. Uh, 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 about this energy. It's kind of having so much energy to give, but feeling exhausted. Like, you would have all those flowers to share, but in your basket, but you wouldn't be able to, like, you wouldn't have the energy to just take your basket and go next door to share some with your neighbor. You know what I mean? It's like you have everything in your home, but you don't have the energy to, like, you feel exhausted in some way. So, okay. So I've got three cards. Okay, spirits. Okay. So I've got the Queen of Swords in reverse that came out first. I'm going to speak about the Nine of Coins before speaking about the world though. Um, so yeah, okay. The Queen of Swords in reverse and the Knight of Coins tells me that everything has been moving really, really slowly right now, and that you've been really cautious about how you move. And I don't think you've been investing a lot, actually. Even though the Knight of Coins, like, you've been investing a lot, yes, but not in a meaningful way. And I don't shoot the messenger when I'm telling you this. it's what I feel from the Queen of Swords in reverse is that yourself, like you yourself, have cut the opportunities out of your life, like being cold towards the opportunities, but you're feeling like you're just being cautious and like taking it one step at a time. So you feel like your approach, and I understand why you're bored, Leo, because you think your approach is kind of safe and you're trying to go towards your objectives one step at a time and being like um, having a stable foundation and having a plan. But the reality is that you're just being called towards other opportunities because you've kind of been afraid to take like true meaningful risks. I'm not telling you to gamble your life away. I'm just telling you that um, you've been refusing more than you think, if that makes sense. And you've got a world that kind of came out sideways, and I flipped it like upright, and I flipped it upright, and they kind of told me that it was upright. It was meant to be upright. So the world upright talks about finally ending a cycle and beginning a new one. So I feel like you've been on this journey of trying because the jump card is a card about trying. It tries, it tries everything, a little bit of everything, but it tries. Oh, I heard that song then. Um, Everything. All I want to be is everything. Oh, what's the lyrics? Um, I just have as warm as the sun, as silly as fun, um, as cool as a tree. No, as scary as a sea, as buzzed as a queen. But I don't know the exact order. As buzzed as a queen. No, as royal as a queen, as buzzed as a bee, as straight as a lion. No, it's as old as time. Well, oh, is it? All I want to be is everything. I don't know the artist though. But I heard that. So maybe you've been trying a lot of things to discover yourself. Because the big card also talks about a lot about self growth. Um, but you've been called towards to go towards things. Maybe trying to protect yourself a little bit too much, being a little bit too cautious, and you've been trying to end the cycle and you've been trying to enter a new cycle. And what I think Spirits is saying is that while right now, or at first, it might seem like you're going nowhere, there is an opportunity for you to finally close that cycle out. But everything is in your hands. I really feel like it won't be like it won't magically change. I really feel like you're going to but I think you are going to do that actually in the next few weeks. You're going to take yourself like I heard take yourself accountable, but I don't know what this means. But what I meant to say is you're going to actually take action and start a new way of life, if that makes sense. Because you won't be able to continue in that boredom, actually, without being stimulated, you know. But what I want to know more is about the clouds, because there's kind of a progression here. My spread isn't meant to be read in a I'm not able to speak again. You know, chronological. So it's not meant to be read in a chronological way. Um, but it really feels this way. Like at the start, you feel kind of stuck in a rut, and you've got your own issues in words, realizing that you're self-sabotaging, and then realizing how it manifested in your own like how you had limiting beliefs that led to self-sabotaging in this particular way about this particular part of your life, sphere of your life, and then there is a decision that you need to make. But with what decision, Spirit? What decision about what Leo needs to make a decision? Oh, okay. Well, Leo, you're going to have a moment of clarity for sure. Being struck down from the clouds. Don't worry. Yes, definitely. So the two cards that came out are the Tower and the High Priestess in the reverse. So what I think, well, it's really straightforward. I don't have to talk about it during 10 minutes. What it speaks is that maybe there are things that are going to be revealed to you that were hidden and that you couldn't perceive because maybe you didn't use your intuition, or maybe you tried to use your intuition, but um, you couldn't quite catch what messages were sent to you. And the Tower will do that. So whilst you are going to need to take action yourself, there's a point that is going to happen. Like you're going to arrive to a point where you won't know anything about what you want to do, and then something serendipitous is going to happen. There's that lightning bolt that is going to hit you right on the edge, making you fall from the clouds all the way down to the ground, and making you realize and making you see the things that you weren't seeing earlier. So be prepared, because I really felt it was kind of shocking. It was like I heard subito piano for my musician here, like 40, and then suddenly it goes all quiet. So there's going to be something really impactful that is going to happen. Maybe like in one day, everything in your perception is going to change, and that's what is going to cause some confusion, I feel, if we're continuing this tendency of being chronological. Of course, kind of confusion, but more emotional, less mental. So you're going to ask yourself and wonder how you feel about something. So what do you have, Spirit, for my Leo about the Mist card? Like the cloud talks about wondering what step to take next. The Mist is wondering about your own feelings and wondering how you should feel about something and what you should do according to your feelings, Trying to get a grip about what your heart desires. I want to know, but what about the Mist? What about the Mist? Please, at least one card? Yes. Thank you. So we've got three cards. We've got the Ace of Wands upright. We've got the Page of Coins in the reverse. The Four of Cups in the reverse. Okay, this is clear too. once this lightning bolt is going to hit you, Leo, what is going to happen is that you're going to see an opportunity with the Ace of Wands that you haven't seen earlier, and it will make you realize how maybe immature you were in a certain type of way, shape, or form. I'm not like telling you, oh, Leo, you are immature. We are all in some way immature. You just feel like it. You know, you'll just be, oh, seriously, I should have seen that. Because the Four of Cups, usually upright, talks about boredom too, but um, like in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot, there's this person sitting under a tree, looking at three cups and not seeing the fourth one being bestowed upon them by spirit, by the universe. So they feel bored because they are focusing on the three wrong cups, you know? And this is in the reverse, and I'd like to think that while it was upright at the beginning with the loop, like there was a period of boredom, you'll now see this opportunity, this Ace of Wands, but you'll feel immature. Maybe you'll feel kind of unprepared for it. Maybe you'll feel kind of like, oh, can I really offer stable like efforts and energy into that opportunity? And this is what is going to make you confused because you'll desire it, but you won't know exactly what you should do. Like you'll be wondering, can I really achieve that? Can I really invest in that? Is it a good idea to invest in that? Isn't it kind of childish? But you'll really realize how much of a good opportunity it is. So that's why you'll be confused because your heart is going to tell you what it desires, but you won't be feeling like you could go towards that. And it's like it kind of completes the loop, and I pun unintended, because I said earlier that you had everything, but that you like you didn't see your own potential. So that explains to me why um, this is kind of clarifying your general energy. Your main blockages is yourself right now, Leo, and you're going to doubt yourself once you realize what opportunities you've been missing out on. So I don't feel like it's a lost opportunity because actually the Ace of Wands is upright, so it's not lost. It's just that you realize, oh gosh, I've got this opportunity now, but can I really invest in it? So only the future will tell us. Let's see what advice we could get from the Alchemy Flower Oracle. I think you can find this deck on Etsy. Mine is the second edition, so I don't know if there has been a third edition coming out, but yeah. So let's see, what advice do you have for my Leo people? You really have that hidden power though. With the dark and the strength and the magician, you really have that power inside of you. Like maybe you felt disconnected from your inner power, Leo, and you should find a way to reconnect with it. So yeah, Radiant Charm coming out. Radiant Charm coming out with the Persian Buttercup Flower. Another card, please, Bert. Please? No? Is there anything else? Oh, yes. Oh, but those. Oh, okay, they want me to take them. Yes. Okay, so first of all, we've got Radiant Charm. So Radiant Charm here, I really feel like spirits in the universe is telling you, Leo, to take a moment to feel yourself. Not just the typical self-love advice here, but really kind of again with the songs. Um, Me Too, Taylor Swift, I think. What's that sexy thing I see over there? That's me singing in the mirror. That's the feeling I want you to feel, Leo. That's the feeling you need to have to like it's not going to be easy, but um try to find something that makes you feel good in this type of way and confident in this type of way, and try to bring that energy in other spheres of your life where you may find less confident. And then we have pure love. So I mean, don't forget to love yourself. Don't forget to be tender with yourself. Don't forget to take a break sometime. Sometime, sometimes taking a break is the best kind of self-love we can give ourselves. So don't forget to just like lay down and don't worry about being productive or anything. Just like today, I am eating chocolate and ice cream because I want to, but just do that if you're not going to feel like kind of um, bad about yourself for having done that. Like, just do that if you really kind of, it's going to help your mood afterwards. It could be going to the spa, like I said, but like, don't forget to, don't forget to take a break, and don't forget that love is unconditional and that you should have this unconditional love towards yourself. We also have concealment. So I think that there's two things coming up. First, don't talk too much about your ideas. So about what you might do, but I think they are encouraging you to talk about how you feel though. So not about your projects, not telling everyone, oh, I intend to do that, or oh, I want to do that, or oh, I don't know what to do with my life. Because maybe you don't want to get involved with other people's opinion right now, but just saying, oh, sometimes I feel like I'm kind of stuck in a rut, and being honest and straightforward about it. I think it's going to feel a little lighter, make you feel a little lighter because you won't have at least this part of the burden to bear. Then we have humility. So this humility card always makes me think about doing the right thing and needing to do it the right way. So, and being considerate about others too and others' feelings. So, that kind of comes with the concealment card, where you might not want to expose all your great ideas to everyone because maybe some people will find you kind of cocky, and then they'll maybe hurt your feelings without realizing how you've got some insecurities or anxiety going on about this project actually, even though you're talking about it really confidently. So yeah, stay like humility. That's the advice. Then we also have dreams and visions. So spirits are encouraging you to pay attention to what you daydream about and what you really want, and to really envision it and visualize it so that you can bring it more easily in your life and manifest it, because when you're visualizing it, you're forced to see kind of what steps you need to do, or what is separating you from having this reality. So sometimes you realize by envisioning your dreams, oh, well, actually, I should begin by taking that step because that's the first step and it's an easy one to go towards my dream, you know, instead of seeing the dream as something so distant that it's impossible to reach. And finally, at the bottom of the deck, we have the lily with fertility. So this card talks about having the potential to realize everything and to grow everything you need. So it goes back to the same thing I've been telling you. You've got all the tools, all the strength, the knowledge inside yourself, Leo. So, Leo, I'm going to leave your reading here. I really hope something resonated. Um, I hope you take care. I wish you a really nice day or night whenever you're watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.